It's crazy biggity. What's crack? Fucked on a friend and I passed that bitch through the team. Ass so fat, bustin' through this.
What's up, you guys? Your boy Monster here, and I'm back with another video. And as you can see by the title, the story time. Yeah, not just any other story time between my ex-boyfriend and his sister, and we got into a physical altercation. Oh my god, this day was mad crazy, yo, like honestly. So let's just get into it. So here as we'll go down, let me give you a brief background of my boyfriend. He was cute. He was not my current boyfriend, but my ex-boyfriend. Let me just rephrase that. My ex-boyfriend, he was cute. He was at the time, he was caring, he was responsible, and he was always just, you know, nice and humble, whatever. And he always just treated me right at that time, and he was always just cool, to be honest. And I always liked him. I told my friends about him. My friends didn't really meet him, but I showed them pictures or whatever. And everybody kept on saying that he was mad cute. He was fun, like all the stuff. They talk about how he's the one for you, whatever. I even showed some of my cousins for my pictures of my ex-boyfriend. And they said the same thing. They were like, oh, he's the one for you, and oh, how he's the one to be or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. My little dumb ass was like, yeah, he's the one for me. So I thought when I went, wait a minute, let me just say this. So when the day happened of when me and my ex broke up, it was because I caught him cheating on me, and he always with another man. And so when I didn't know who the man was, and when I found out that he cheated on me, it was because when I went to his house, like mind you, he lives like in Brooklyn. And when I went to his house to visit him, I saw him and another man just kissing on each other. And when I saw him, I was like, who the frick is this? And I was pissed. I was pissed with the man too, with that guy too, but I was more pissed with my ex, because you told me, let me just say this, he told me that he was going to be there, you know, chilling, whatever, we can meet each other to watch Netflix or whatever. And so when I did, he was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, you told me you told me to come over there to watch Netflix with you. And the dude was like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, who the fuck is you? And then we started arguing, and then my ex was like, oh my god, like, you guys just chill out. I'm like, who is this? Like, you have me come over here from Boston, which, like, mind you, an hour and like 20 minutes away from my house. You got me coming over here to Brockton to see you with another nigga? Like, are you serious? And then he was like, oh, he was shocked. He was like, oh, I don't want to, he's like, I don't want to do this today. And so the man left. I was upset. I was highly pissed off. And so I never expected him to be those type of guys to cheat on me. And so when he did, and I told him, like, oh, this is what you do now, this is what you really want to do, I'm not about to deal with this. If you don't like me for me, or you don't like me good enough, then we can end this relationship right now. I'm like, alright, fine. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my stuff and I'm about to leave. I'm like, I'm about to bounce. Like, this was wasting nothing. I told him, I should have told him, you should have paid for my freaking bus thing too, cause that bus going from Boston, where I live at, there was a bus, it was called a bat bus, going from Boston through Brockton back and forth, you know, whatever. And so I should have told him, like, you know, just give me a free ride or whatever. But, you know, I was annoyed. I didn't really care. I took the bus. Took the bus ride home. And so when I went to my house, I was extremely pissed off. Hold on. My throat was a little dry, but hold on. When I got back home to my house, I was extremely mortified. I was so upset. Like, I did not know or expected him to go to that level of cheating on me when I've been nothing but good to him. I was nothing but loyal to this man. I was nothing but respectful. Did not let anybody interfere with our relationship. And I was nothing but genuine and honest with this man. And then he went up and cheated on me. Like, I was so pissed off, you guys. Like, it was not even funny. Like, it was, oh my god, a mess. So when the day comes to when I heard him like a couple of days, like 2 weeks later or whatever, when I seen him saying how I was the one who cheated on him. First of all, back in then, I was so frequent on Facebook. So I'm not on Facebook right now like I was back then, but back then I was on Facebook 24/7. So when I was on Facebook, he had an account. He was saying how I was the one to cheat on him, and I was the one lying on him, and I was the one who was just messing around, messing up a relationship, whatever, just saying a whole bunch of bullshit. And I was like, what is he talking about? I was never the top person to disrespect you in that manner. I was never cheating on anybody else. You can ask anybody. I never cheated on no person that I was with. I was loyal. You can ask my current boyfriend right now. He's gonna pick me up in like what, 2 more hours, because we're going out because it's our anniversary today. Hey, like, to ask him, because that's him too, like, I'm never the type of person to cheat. Like, I will really ride a top for a nigga, and for him to lie on me, like, nah, you had me fucked up, like, for real. He was just saying that how I was the one that's cheating on him, and I was the one that was saying that I was messing around, whatever. I'm like, what is he talking about, like, for real? So I DM'd him. I was asking him, like, yo, like, what's all this about? And then I screenshotted him that his whatchamacallit. Shit, I haven't been on Facebook for so long, forgot what the damn thing was called. The tab that said what's on your mind. That's that little tab thing that the little tab thing, we just call that the tab. I asked him, you know, I said his real name. We're gonna call him Julian. No, we're not gonna call him Julian. We're gonna call him Dexter. I asked Dexter, like, what is this? Like, what is this about? He was like, oh, because you cheated on me, and now you upset that how I was the one doing it to you, and you was telling all these things about me, and how I was the one that was messing around. So I was telling your business, exposing your business of what you did to me. I'm like, expose what business? What business you have to expose? Like, for real, like, what business you have to expose? And I was like, he was saying how you was the one that was disrespectful. You was the one that was lying on me, telling everybody that how I was a bad boyfriend. I'm like, I never told no. He knew most of my friends, but he knew my family members, some of my cousins, and my best friends, and they know that I would never talk about him in a bad manner. Like, I talked about this man, talked how good he was, whatever, and he was saying that how I was the one that's telling everybody else that I was disrespecting him. Like, no, I was never doing that. And so I said to him that you're lying, you're a lying ass bitch. You want to talk about how I was the one cheating on you, but yet you cheated on me when I do nothing to you. So who's the real bitch here? Who's the real lying ass nigga here? Like, for real. And they was saying, oh, how he wants me to fight or whatever. I'm like, okay, we can most definitely fight, because I am definitely not scared of none of you, not scared of your sister, whatever. So I called my best friend, who was not my boyfriend. His name was, no, I'm not gonna say his name out here. So I called my friend at the time that I was telling him what happened. He was like, oh, really? Why he's doing this to you? I told him because he got caught of him cheating on me. He got caught, and then he wanted to sit up here and say that how I was the one doing to him and doing it behind his back. Like, he was saying all these lies just to make himself look good and to deflect the whole situation. And he was saying that don't let him get to you, he's not even worth it, you know, you did the right thing by cutting him off, and so now that you're just on your own, mind your business, whatever. And I listened to his advice, and I didn't really pay attention to Dexter until his sister came up to me. Mind you, like, this happened like maybe December of 2016. So his sister came up to me. She was saying to me, she was we used to live in the same neighborhood, because she used to live by Dunkin' Donuts at my house. She used to live over here. So she came up to me one day when I was to give me a pack of munchkins. And she see me, and so when I finished ordering my munchkins, I sat down and got my stuff. She came up to me, she was like, are you for real? I'm like, what? Like, why are you coming up to me like this? She's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, you really want to talk about my brother? You want to talk about how he was cheating on you, and you want to lie to him? Like, really, bitch? I'm like, excuse me? Like, your brother was cheating on me. I didn't do nothing to him. He caused this whole situation on himself because I told her straight to her face. I said, your brother got caught and he brought this on himself. And so she was like, no, you're lying, bitch, you're lying ass bitch. Now we'll really fuck you up. I'm like, okay, bitch, then do it right now. She like, no, I'm gonna fight you like later on. I'm like, you really want to came up to me talking about how you want to fight, but yeah, you don't want to fight me right now. Like, we have ample opportunity to fight me, but you're not gonna fight me right now. Like, what? And then she was saying how, oh, meet me at Blue Hill. Meet me at Blue Hill. I'm like, you know, if you're the guy from Boston, Blue Hill is what's it? It's down by Mattapan, but it's like, you know, the gas station or whatever. If you're from Boston, you know what I'm talking about. She said, meet me at Blue Hill. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like, it's most definitely fine. And when the day comes to where her sister, his sister, and him, and me went to Blue Hill. And I never forget this day. It was like around 6 or 7 at night, and my friend dropped me off at Blue Hill because he just deceived. I told him what happened. He was like, you know, better whip some ass or whatever. So it was so funny. So when I went to Blue Hill, I didn't see him or his sister up there, so I was literally waiting. I had my coat on because it was like winter time around this bitch. Like, it was like for real. And he was didn't come until like, I guess 10 minutes later, him and his sister. And so when I was waiting on the seat, he came up to me and he was like, oh, you ready to go down? I'm like, y'all was the one who wanted to fight me, so I'll be waiting for y'all to do something to me. And so him and his sister came up to me. I stand up, we both just stand up, and so I'm told him, like, during your first hit, like, I'm not gonna hit y'all first. And so he threw the hit at me. He was like, I'm like, oh hell no. I bombed his face. I was like, move the fuck back. So we both start fighting. You know, we tussled around each other, whatever. Then his sister had the nerve to jump in the fight. She jumped in the fight to beat me. And so when I was just bashing him, she literally just, I was like, hold on. I was like this. His sister came over from the side. She punched my head and was trying to push me down. I'm like, oh no. So I got up. I just tried her too. I don't care. I don't really hit females unless they touch me. So if you touch me and your brother's right there, I'll fucking both y'all up. Period. So when his sister was she was fighting me, so I fight her and his sister and him, and we was all just boxing. Like, there was dust everywhere, everything. Like, oh my god, it was so freaking crazy, you guys. Like, it was mad crazy. Once everything calmed down, that's when his brother and that's when his sister and my ex-boyfriend was just trying to get off the floor. I didn't really have that many scratches on me. I had like maybe scratch marks on my neck, but I busted their faces up. My ex-boyfriend had a black eye, and his sister just got like a bald spot right here. So I just beat their ass. Both their ass. Like, bitch, I was the next Megan from Bagels Club, like doing the Riemann and Fallon thing. Like, yeah, that was me. But yeah, they just got up. They was like, oh, bitch, that's why we fucked you up. I'm like, nah, look at y'all faces. Look at y'all ball spot. I'm good. Like, for real, I'm like, I'm good. And that's when I was walking down the Blue Hill, walking down that street. I went by that gas station. There was people outside watching, but there was not that many. So when I went down there, and I went to the bathroom because I really did have to pee, and my people was gonna be like, what happened to your neck? I'm like, I just fought a big nigga and his sister, and they tried to jump me. I'm like, nah, it's not gonna go down. And so when I came out the bathroom, I called my friend up to pick me up from there. And so 15 minutes later, he came back. My friend came by to pick me up so he could drop me off to my home. While there was he was on his way, my ex-boyfriend Dexter, and I forgot his name, what I call him, Dexter, and his What's up with me today? So, him and his sister went down the steep. Oh my god, I can't see. The little hill. Okay, they went down the little hill and they see me, and so they was really trying to call an Uber, and they was just giving me the stink eye. I was like, they was both looking at me like this, and I was like we could look at each other all day until my friend picks me up. Like, I did not care. And that's when my friend got onto the thing. I got in his car, I told him what happened, and then he was like, oh shoot, you really did beat him up. Like, oh my god, he like, that's crazy. And he was just getting a little riled up. I told him to calm down because everything's over now and I'm done with him. I'm not feeling with my boy X anymore. Like, I was talking to him. I don't even know what his number. I don't know what his number is because I deleted it. I don't have any relationships with him anymore. Not even his sister. Like, literally, as soon as that fight happened, I'd never seen her. I'd never seen my ex. But that was it. And now, like a month later, my friends that picked me up, it's now my current boyfriend right now. And so yeah, that's what happened, and that's the tape. Anyway, that's all for today. If you like this story time, make sure to leave your comments down below. Yeah, leave your thoughts below. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want some more story times, reactions, or whatever. And until next time, I'm signing off. Why am I sound like a new supporter? But anyway, bye guys.
That's my bet, I do it up for my bed.